arrest me tonight? Is there a way for me to make a call to organize the money that I owe?
To the customers, he was just the friendly face behind the register. To his manager, a reliable employee who never showed up late. But beneath the surface was a digital con in motion. During routine transactions, he quietly scanned extra gift cards, rerouting the balances into his Cash App. By the time anyone noticed, he had already stolen thousands.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, I'm Deputy Del Flato.
My name is Deborah. I'm an asset protection manager with Walgreens.
Okay.
This is, what's your full name?
So,
What's your last name?
Okay.
So why don't you tell the officer what has been going on?
from like the whole,
You're employed here?
yes, sir.
How long have you been working here?
A few months, sir.
A few months this year or
Yes, sir.
last year?
This year, sir.
Okay. And what's your title here?
Customer
Service? Okay. You're not a manager or anything?
No, sir.
Okay. Alright, so what are we getting, what are we brought in the office for?
Are you asking me that, sir?
Yeah, tell them what you did. I have a statement.
So, I
Hearing this,
rang up some gift cards to pay for my school and things like that. However, I did not pay for that.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so we're looking at a theft from the business.
and they said that there's a possibility that the company will let me pay back, which I'm willing to do. And they said that there's a possibility that if you're okay with that,
right now, is 2,100 grand theft?
I wouldn't be
Yeah.
prosecuted if I were to be able to pay it back today on the spot.
So
And then I would be terminated.
I couldn't negotiate anything like that. That's not really my job per se. As far as if you do this or that, charges may or may not be pressed.
At this point, he doesn't have $2,100 on him, so the company does want to proceed with prosecution.
But I'm able to.
Okay, but
That's
that's
actually-
not his, now we're past that point right now. So, those are all the transactions
Okay.
that he rang up, and he did 2 today for a total of $400. Will you put it on a Cash App?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Is it still, do you still have that $400 on the Cash App? Okay. So
Okay.
the 2 that he did
So there were
today
2 today,
for $400.
and the receipts are
All
for
the
going
receipts are
back.
right there, and he also has the video in there. Every single one is on video as well.
Okay,
Yeah, right here.
they're on right there.
That's not the 2 today.
You know we don't do thumb drives anymore, right?
What do you need?
We can do a computer link.
An Axon link?
Yeah. Are you guys able to do the Axon link?
They can't, but I can. But it's.
Yeah, we try not to take thumb drives anymore. They want to write on the Axon link.
You know, I just got an Axon link from somebody.
22.
That's how they want it now. I'm just saying they've
Okay,
changed that.
okay. You know how long
We can
it's
take that, but like I said, it won't get up because the problem is that doesn't get
Okay.
shared with the state.
Do I touch on
The state doesn't
Me.
have access
So-
to the evidence.
There's nothing
That's
that
why
you
I
could
have
do
to go to
Not at
the
this
out
point.
they have.
prosecution?
For what?
You're saying that there's nothing that you could do to.
There's nothing we can do about that at all.
Prosecution.
Are you a juvenile? How old are you?
I'm 18, sir.
18. Okay, so you wouldn't qualify for a juvenile first offender program.
So you're
That's
saying
probably
you
what
go to
you're
jail
talking about. Yeah, you're looking at grand theft for the amount of about 2,100.
Even if I could pay it back, I'm still.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's not our fault.
Yeah, that's not our fault.
We don't play. That's Walgreens. We don't negotiate with that stuff.
So is there a
They're
way?
they've obviously contacted us for a reason.
They
Is there a way
said
for
yes,
Walgreens to
prosecute.
take back?
I mean, listen, like I said, that's not up to me. That's up to
Yes.
Walgreens being a victim.
They looked it up, and you didn't have that much on your paycheck, so they said yes, prosecute and
No.
terminate.
But you're saying that they said that because I didn't have the money on hand.
On
But if I was
on
able,
your paycheck, so that's why. So we can't do any more negotiating. Okay.
No, but I'm saying even if I was able to, like, get the money, like if I would
Yes.
ask my mother or my father, even if it's not on my paycheck necessarily, if I was to get the money and pay the money back, like legally, Is there a way that you could speak to them and see if they would be able to change their mind on the prosecution, not necessarily the termination, but just the prosecution part? Even if I was able to pay the money like right now and not like
You couldn't leave the
drag it
store
out.
until it was
That's okay.
paid.
I understand that. I wouldn't want to leave.
So what,
the store.
are you saying that you'd possibly be able to make a phone call to settle
Yes,
this
yes,
debt
sir.
right now?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm trying to
Like I
say.
said,
That's up to
that's
the
not
Walgreens,
up to
that's
me.
not us.
Is
You
there a
know,
way that you could
I'm gonna talk to the
please
officers and the store
negotiate
manager outside. I mean, they've already
and
taken
see if
their
I could
time
just
to
make a
come
call,
here.
not leave the store?
And they have places to be. I have places to be.
I understand.
So you
Well, just stay in here with him. real quick.
Is it
Yeah,
okay?
I'm gonna hang out here.
Is it okay if I make the call now?
Hold on a second.
Hold on. Let's stay in.
Sorry, ma'am. We'll get from your way.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
I probably really likely that he's gonna come up with $2,100 today.
Even if you did, no.
Even if that's what I'm saying, even if you did, I can't tell him
No,
or
we
tell
know.
you guys, hey,
And
if you
it's-
pay this money,
This
then we
is-
won't
it's-
pursue
it's
charges.
very disrespectful to
This
the
is a
store what he
Walgreens
did.
thing,
He said that- he
and
said
it's up
he
to
didn't
what
know-
if
he said he didn't know what
Walgreens
was
wants to be a
wrong.
victim,
He
or
still
if
wanted
Walgreens just wants to terminate and trespass an employee.
We want to trespass. We want to also make a.
You want to prosecute.
We want to, hey, we're not going to tolerate this. We want the other employees to know.
He lives too close to here. I would rather prosecute. He's a liar. He's like, no, just prosecute
And you
him.
know what? When I first started talking to him, he knew what asset protection was. He knew what loss
He's done
prevention
it
was.
before.
He's probably been terminated as from a
Maybe.
previous company. Because no, he knew what asset protection was. He knew what shrink was. He almost described my job at the beginning. So
Okay.
just tell him no. He keeps repeating the same thing over and over. Just tell him
The
to
thing,
shut up.
the thing is that and I get it, but he's afraid that it's going to mess up his career going to school. But he should have thought about that long before he did this.
Right. And then like I said, that's not my call.
Kids from the
Exactly.
time they're in kindergarten know you don't steal. You know what I mean? From the time that they can walk, you don't steal.
Right.
Well, I didn't know that it was wrong.
So listen, regardless, knew, didn't know, can get the money, can't get the money. I just need to know the
Prosecute.
decision on whether we're prosecuting criminally or if we're documenting and trespassing from the store completely. That's something that you guys should probably have a discussion right now and then let me know. Okay?
We're going to prosecute criminally.
Okay.
Have them arrested.
Okay.
I ran him. I don't know if you heard me.
What's that?
I ran him. I didn't know if you heard me.
No, I didn't.
Situation.
Okay. So here's the situation. I talked to Walgreens, obviously representatives. They want to pursue criminal charges. Okay. I know you agreed to pay them back or whatever. I guess it's beyond the point to where they're willing to agree to that. So we're gonna have to go this route. So any payback would be through a restitution through the courts. Have you ever been arrested before?
Yes, sir.
Okay, for what?
It was a drive for driving. It was
Driving?
street racing, but I wasn't, so it got dismissed.
Okay. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Right now you're not free to leave. We're doing a criminal investigation. Let me see if you'd like to provide a statement. Okay, as far as what occurred here.
So I'm gonna be arrested right now.
I'm not done. I have to look at one more thing, but it's a very good chance.
Also, there's still a possibility.
Let me read this to you, okay?
Okay.
1203 Arrowhead.
I'm required to warn you before you make any statement that you got the following constitutional rights. Okay. You have the right to remain silent and not answer any questions. Any statement you make must be freely and voluntarily given. You have the right to the presence and representation of a lawyer of your choice before you make any statement and during any questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, you're entitled to the presence and representation of a court-appointed lawyer before you make any statement and during any questioning. If at any time during the interview you do not wish to answer any questions, you're privileged to remain silent. I can make no threats or promises to induce you to make a statement. It must be done on your own free will. Any statement can be and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand those rights as I have read them to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. With those in mind, are you choosing to speak with me about the incident?
Is that a good idea?
I can't make a recommendation. I just, basically, are you willing to speak with me today about what's been going on?
That's okay.
So, talking to them, they said that you've basically been engaged in an ongoing course of action, loading gift cards fraudulently. Your drawer's been coming up short,
Right.
and you've been pocketing the money. So, the gift cards. Okay. They said that there were some transactions today that were done, I guess, on your phone.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how that works. You'll have to explain it to me. But so right now, the allegations right now are grand theft.
Okay.
Okay, from Walgreens. How long have you been employed here?
A few months.
A few months, just this year.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you work the registers?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, from what I've described to you that you've been accused of, which I saw your statement as well. How does it work with loading the gift cards?
You just type it in. And then
Okay.
Just
So describe to me what you were doing with the gift
like
cards.
the action. Of
Yeah.
It, just scan it, and then just type in the amount.
Is it like a sale? You scan it like a sale?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be
And
like
then
so.
and then you load it. You
Yeah,
load the
you
gift
just
card
type the
through the
money in.
register.
You just type the amount, and then you just like proceed with the transaction.
Okay. And then you complete the transaction.
Right.
And then you just
But
pocket
there's
it.
no like touching of like any like money. Or
No, not physical money because
Right,
it's
right.
loaded up on the gift card.
Right.
And then you would keep the gift card.
Right.
Okay, without paying the money into the register.
Right.
Okay. You know that's wrong, right?
Yes, sir.
You know that's theft from a business who's already paying you a paycheck, who's trusting you to work for the store on their behalf, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's what we're dealing with. They're telling me that this has been an ongoing course of action since the beginning of April. Do you know about how many times you've loaded gift cards?
Not off the top of my head, sir.
Just because it's so many?
Not necessarily. It's just like I just don't really like. I wasn't really thinking about it too much.
Okay. Let me ask you this real quick.
Right.
This is a statement you did with
Yes, sir. With Miss Deborah.
Miss Deborah,
Yes,
as
sir.
far as regarding the actions that happened here. Okay. You wrote this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you swear that what you wrote in here was true?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Did she even make the call?
Call the who?
Call who?
She said she was gonna speak to.
I don't know because I wasn't with her the whole time,
Right.
but they've determined that they are going to pursue charges.
And there's still no way that I could potentially try to,
No, not right now.
even if I asked again to make.
Yeah. Yeah, trust me, I asked them, I told them I need a clear answer, basically before I proceed, any further, and unfortunately, this is the decision
Can I just
that
make one
they've
more
made.
attempt?
One
Would
more
you
time
allow
for
that?
what?
For me to. Did she leave?
No, they're still here. But I understand what you're saying,
Right.
but we are beyond that. They are beyond that. Okay. Asking again isn't going to do anything because we've already had that conversation and the decision has already been made. Okay. That's why, had this just been a one-time deal, and then you came back, oh my God, I'm so sorry, this is what I did, here's the money back, no harm, no foul, maybe this could have been a different scenario, and you may have just been terminated. But like I said, there are numerous transactions totaling up to $2,100.
Right.
So it basically just shows he's still doing it, he's still doing it, he's still doing it. So why is he still doing it? You know what I mean? So
Okay, so is there a way for me to make a call to organize the money that I owe?
So here's the thing. We're not going to make phone calls to make payment. Okay.
Sorry? I'm sorry.
We're not going to make phone calls to make a payment to Walgreens for the amount. Okay. This will be restitution.
What's that?
Basically decided by the courts whether you have to reimburse the money or not, and that's when that would be paid back. Okay. In the meantime, I wouldn't contact them. I wouldn't.
Most likely they're going to trespass you as well.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah. So most likely you're going to be trespassed. Normally, how this goes is if they owe you a paycheck, it'll be sent to you in the mail.
Well, I don't even know if that, because the way she made it sound like they probably didn't take the paycheck, so.
I don't know.
It's part of their financial restitution, sounds like they're going to take a check.
Okay. Oh, that's what she said. There's not enough money
Yeah.
in the paycheck.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I'm thinking they're going to take his paycheck for restitution, some of the restitution, but I think they're going to do.
So,
I don't know for sure, but
Yeah.
go ahead.
going to jail.
Yeah.
Like jail, or like
Yeah.
hold
Do you have anything in your pockets?
like illegal?
No, like anything.
Yeah, I have my phones.
Okay. Stand up. Do me a favor. Just put your
Is
stuff.
there a way you could arrest me outside?
No, but we can try to conceal you.
Is that-
Okay. We try to keep you away from customers. I'm parked on the side of the building. I'm not parked at the front. Okay. We're not going to make
We're not going to make
a big
of
scene
this,
about
no.
this.
Is there a way I can call my mom?
Well, we can make some phone calls after this.
Yeah. we can
Okay.
make some
I don't
phone
know
calls.
the numbers off the top of my head though. So
That's fine. We'll
which
get
will
it.
allow me
We'll
to
get it from your.
access-
We'll get it from your phone. Okay, but I still got to write the report. Okay, we're gonna go back to the office, and then we'll wheel and deal on the phone if you need to notify your mother. Okay.
It's just like a sentence type of thing, like a jail sentence.
No, this is just for the initial charge. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you arrest me, like I'm going.
You're going to jail. You're being charged with a crime. Okay. It's a non-violent crime. It's not domestic. If you talk to your mom later, she can bail you out. You can be out today, or you could
There's
be
a
out
possibility
tomorrow.
I could be out today.
Yes. Yes.
Like for good.
Well, until your
court date.
you'll have to go to your court date,
Yes.
So she could bail me out, and then I would.
but you'll be obligated to go to your court date.
Processing, I'll be straight up with you. Processing is going to take 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, I know. When I got arrested the first time, they put me in a holding cell,
You're going to go the same thing.
Yeah.
and then like I was there for like a lot of hours, and then they allowed her to bail me out.
Yes.
Well, like, so
we
we
had a
don't,
lawyer.
you got to realize something. Once we get to the jail, that's beyond our control. That's not our side of the business. So however long they keep you in that intake and things like that, that's on them. We can't tell you how long you're going to sit there for. There's no guarantees on that.
But there's a guarantee that I can get out today, is what you're saying. Or you can't guarantee that either.
Well, with a nonviolent crime, there should be able to put a bond on you.
What's a bond on a
I
felony?
think it's
3.
2,000.
I thought it was 3,000.
Is it 3? I thought it was 2.
So listen, it's 2,000 or 3,000 for the bond. You get it if they get a bondsman. You only have to pay 10%. That's $200 or $300 with a promissory that you're going to go to court and you're not going to run.
Yeah, some type of collateral.
Yeah.
Okay.
She may have to sign her car or something. I don't know, or pay the money up front and then they'll reimburse her. That's up between the bondsman and it's whoever posts your bond.
So anybody can pay my bond?
Anybody
Yeah.
can pay. Anybody.
But do
can
they
push
have to
them.
be here to pay the bond?
No, they got to pay the jail.
They gotta pay the jail.
No, I'm saying not here, but I'm saying like they have to go to the jail
Yes.
to pay the.
Yes.
Yeah.
In order for your release, they
So
got
there's
to.
no way they could like
Can they do it over the phone?
I
do
don't
it
know
over
if they do
the
it on the
phone.
phone.
I don't know if they do it over the phone.
No, because it's cash. They got to pay cash.
Or they have to pay cash.
The bondsman may go there
Yeah.
and pay it.
The bondsman might be able to wire, but your family has to pay cash.
And it has to be my family that does.
Well, anybody that's bailing you out
Yeah,
has to pay
whoever's
cash.
there, it could be a friend.
So
could
if
be a
I call
friend.
a friend to bail me out, is there a way I could do this without
No.
my parents? Is
Yeah.
what I'm trying
Well,
to say.
yeah, without
Yes.
your parents.
Yes,
you make a
you're
phone call.
18.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is there a way
Yeah.
that I could do this without my parents?
Yeah.
and,
Yeah,
like,
you can fuck on the phone.
potentially without them even knowing.
Well, that's
Yes.
what I'm saying. Yeah, you're an adult.
For real.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can call your friends. I mean, the worst case.
Can I write their numbers down?
You can,
If
not-
when you give me
not
the opportunity,
here.
You give me the opportunity.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. But yes, you can contact friends, and friends can come. It doesn't matter who
The
comes
only-
and pays cash.
The only thing is, I don't have any friends out here. They all live in like different states, like New York and Georgia.
Okay, well,
So that's why I asked you.
Well,
if
then
you
maybe
were
one
able
of them
to-
will have to call a bondsman
Yeah.
on your behalf.
Right.
They can explain the charge and where
hopefully
you're
you have a
at,
friend that wants to put up collateral for you.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
and then they can pay the bondsman, and then the bondsman
Yes.
can pay
Yeah,
the
because the
jail.
bondsman will come take care and pay the cash. If they can get a hold of a bondsman.
Okay.
Otherwise, will they do OR maybe? They may release you in the morning, or they may release you on your own recognizance, which pays.
Well, what happened when I got arrested the first time? I think it was OR. But my parents, yeah, it was OR.
You weren't 18, were you?
I was.
Okay,
He had
It was-
to be
it was
18.
OR.
He had to be 18
It was at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
because it's traffic.
could be.
Sorry.
I mean, it could be
it'd be
4
like-
o'clock in
And
the
so
morning.
we don't deal with that process. They
Yeah.
have their different time slots. They have all that stuff over there. We don't know when they release. We don't know that stuff.
I don't know
all we
the
know is
line,
court
shift
dates.
change, when the paperwork goes through, when the payment goes through, when notifications are made.
8
that's all
a.m.
at the
court.
jail.
Every morning, 8 a.m. is court out west. So I can tell you that for a fact. That's about the only thing I know in that business is court at 8 a.m. every morning, except for Sundays.
Okay.
They're on call for Sundays.
So, listen, I know you've been very respectful. We're trying to answer your questions.
I'm sorry for asking.
No, you're fine.
We're not, listen, we're not holding this against you. This is just something you and Walgreens are going to have to deal with.
Yeah.
Okay. But for the time being, I need you to take your jewelry off, empty your,
Can
put
I
your
keep
stuff.
it?
You're going to keep your
We're
stuff.
gonna keep all
You
your
just
stuff.
can't wear it.
You can't wear it.
Right.
I have to put it into a separate property bag.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if they want that lanyard that you have. So I'd just leave that. I mean,
You want to just leave it here?
The lanyard, yeah,
I would
we'll leave
just
here. It's
that.
probably
I'd
property of Walgreens.
Right. Okay.
Put that on the desk behind you.
Okay. And there's no way you could arrest me outside?
No.
No, trust me, we'll just
I
walk
just
out
don't
with
want
you.
people to see me. That's the only
I
I
understand.
can get up?
Yeah.
You have to empty out all your pockets.
You want to just put it right here?
Yep,
Yeah,
well,
right there.
right there. Right on that piece of paper. Take your earrings out.
I'd
Nose
say my
ring.
ears off.
Huh?
Well, if you don't take it out, the jail's
I
gonna
have to
take
take
it
this
out.
off?
Yeah.
Yes.
I know. It's not going to close up in one day.
And like,
Well, then you may have to get it re-pierced.
is there like
A mirror?
it's
No.
not a mirror, like somewhere I could put it? Like,
It's gonna go in a plastic
I just
bag.
wanna
We're
lose
gonna put it in
We're
the
going to put it in a bag. Okay. Nothing else in your pockets.
Oh, no. I'm
Did
sorry.
somebody text you?
Yeah.
Who's that? Okay. Turn around. Put your hands on your back.
You please not like really tight though. Last time, obviously.
The employee was ultimately arrested and charged with felony grand theft and scheme to defraud. He received 12 months of probation, walking away with a second chance, but not without consequences. Was justice served, or did he get off easy?